Welcome, my darlings. Good evening, and welcome to our fourth season of our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, ATL By Night. Chapter 1, Eye for an Eye. Let's welcome our vampires.
I'm Zachary Vaudo. I'll be playing Anton Krvopolskov.
My name is Tyler Sutherland, playing Aaron Ulrich.
And I'm Ian Muller, and I am here playing Jackson.
And I am your storyteller, Ellie Collins. As some of you have seen on our Twitter, Leona will not be with us for the foreseeable future just due to some really cool stuff she's got going on in her life. So we wish her all the best, and we know Thomasina is very busy with her harpy duties. And as always, we want to thank the Neighborhood Studio for giving us our lovely home here. And so, without further ado, let's sit back and relax, and let's tell a vampire story. We saw our kindred. Elections completed, and Alpha, the Gangrel Elder, is now Prince of Atlanta. And recently, on our Vamily Holiday special over on the World of Darkness channel, on the last night of Hanukkah, the shepherds were called to the Margaret Mitchell house to help bring in a pair of lost childer, Jackson the Gangrel and Raphael the Nosferatu. The two said they had been told to wait to be picked up. Highly unusual given all the previous lost childer encounters that the shepherds have had. They were relinquished to Olivia's care and put under tight observation. Olivia then took the shepherds to reveal to them that all the Primogen had received a typed message on Emory Hospital letterhead that read, "For he makes his sun rise on the evil and on the good, and sends rain on the just and on the unjust." The Primogen had no idea where it came from or anything about it, but they want the shepherds to keep an eye out. And now we start tonight, a fresh new evening and a fresh new year. Tonight we begin with the Lost Childer School at Olivia Grace's home. Anton, you have recently taken up a teaching position, and Aaron has found himself hanging out a bit more and reconnecting with certain aspects of your vampiric nature. But tonight you have a bit of a plan. The Lost Childer you picked up during Hanukkah, Jackson the Gangrel and Raphael the Nosferatu. Two curious men with unclear motives and unclear origins. Perhaps a bit more is needed to be learned about them. With class dismissed, and Anton, you walk out to the common living area and you see Aaron.
How are classes?
They're doing just fine. It has been a few weeks and I still cannot for the life of me figure out how Elijah taught all of this without papers, fucking overhead projector at least. Even I had a projector when I was in school in the 60s.
It was a little archaic when I was here, and it seems like it could do with an upgrade.
There is a safety element to be had, of course. I mean, we don't exactly want, lost child running around the city with little handouts that I've made going over the traditions, but something, anything. I feel like I'm teaching on stone tablets at this point, or back in ancient Greece, just with this Socratic method. Well,
how are the students?
They are fine.
Okay.
They're good. They are learning, some more than others. They're doing fine.
How do you do with teaching non-Tremere? Is there any
The same way I dealt with teaching non-kindred. I teach. It's just a matter of being the source of knowledge. And you rely on that, and you give the knowledge that you have. It's as simple as that. Not everybody is good at it. Some people can't quite hit the method of dispensing the knowledge, but if you are the source of it, then you have to be able to disperse it out. Otherwise, you are just a vault, and you are not really of any use to anybody if you have all the knowledge and you can do nothing with it. Because, I mean, I cannot be kindred society.
Right.
They have to be kindred society.
Is there any kind of adjustments being closer and more around Olivia's presence more?
To me? Not so much, I'd say. It is a little bit more on the decorum side of things. I am grateful that there is not a dress code. I know some schools that have had it, but Miss Grace has seemed generous enough to forgive me my attire for my own comfort.
Nice.
Honestly, it's not all that different from Emery. It's a little bit more, as certain folks put it, Xavier Mansion than college, but it's still a classroom with students who need to learn to further their lives. At the end of the day, it comes down to that.
Have you had a chance to reconnect with any of our lost children that we found?
Not yet. I would like to, though. Olivia has been keeping them under observation, but nothing has risen from this, as it were.
I gotcha.
It's hard to just cut right to it, and especially if we. I'm gonna look around, and just sense the unseen really quick, just to see if Raphael's around me.
No.
Okay.
He is not currently.
Okay. Are there other Nosferatu around me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna like lock eyes with one of them. Just
And you see them kind of scuttle off from where they are and head towards the kitchen.
It's hard to jump to the chase and just outright accuse somebody of being who you think they are, or going through the methods of fixing it without causing a massive to-do should you be wrong.
Gotcha.
Hard to keep the trust of the new kindred when you put them through draconic methods. But I want to see what we can do, and I think perhaps maybe a slightly less controlled environment might be good.
Okay. Something where there's a little bit more room for things to pop up?
Little bit more room for things to pop up, but away from here.
Oh.
Away from here.
That's fine by me.
But with enough security that we might not have to worry about things going too terribly sideways without proper intervention.
Gotcha.
It's not exactly how I was hoping to spend today, but it's fine.
How did you spend your holidays? I know there was Hanukkah. Did you do anything for New Year's?
I taught. Not really.
Just same old, same old.
Yeah, same old, same old.
Gotcha.
I take it, I assume that everybody else was busy with their duties, couldn't make it for that.
I spent New Year's drinking alone. Mel was out. Thomasina was out.
I meant tonight.
Oh, tonight.
Yes, I'm very grateful to see you here, and occasionally they come by, but there's one day like nobody else was able to come by tonight. They were busy.
Everyone seems to be doing their own thing since the elections changed.
Okay.
If you want this to be a solo.
No, please.
Okay.
I would very much like to have you with me.
Gotcha.
I'd very much like that. I just was. I was hoping for the others. As well.
Nope. I'm your single reinforcements tonight.
I appreciate that. It will make the night a bit better. Anyway, yes, I want to do this away from here, and thinking perhaps maybe we split up the dynamic duo a little bit.
Gotcha.
Uh,
Any idea where they are right now?
if they're not in a common area or in the rooms, then they are where they're not supposed to be, and then we do this here instead of somewhere else.
Gotcha. Let's start with, let's swing by the common areas first.
Sure.
And Jackson, are you in the common areas?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. All right, so you do see these two wandering in. Raphael is nowhere to be seen. He's off doing his own thing.
All right, I still have Sensei and Scene up just in case he is nearby. Or, others. There you are.
Hey! Iceman, because I don't remember your actual fucking name.
Yes. Jackson. There we go. This is Anton. I'm sure you know him from school.
Yup.
He's been in some of my classes at this point, so...
You got to tell me what you think of him as a teacher later.
Please.
Sure. Privately.
Oh, boy. Well, perhaps this will inform what you tell him. You're doing well so far,
Thanks.
but I can tell that this is a bit... What is word? Constraining?
Restrictive.
Restrictive? Boring?
Yes.
Posh.
Really?
I'll look around for any Toreador people.
There's a few glad hands around, but they don't seem too chuffed by what you've said.
Good.
We could keep going with synonyms all night, I imagine.
No,
but,
I think I pushed it enough.
Yeah.
but you're a more hands-on kind of guy, yes.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Do you remember the lesson about Elysium?
Yeah.
I'm wanting to try something a bit different than my predecessor did, a more in the field approach to teaching. As there are not many students, I have the ability to do this. Should there be more students, I will need more teachers, but we'll get there when we get there. So, I would like to actually take you to Elysium, one of them, so that you may experience it. I'm sure you have experienced it and not known it yet, but to get the sense of how things actually are now that you know what's going on.
So get out of here.
Yes, for the night.
Fuck yes, let's go.
I think that was all we needed to start
That
with.
was-
Great.
It was significantly easier than I thought, by all means. So, we'll pick one. There's one.
Aaron, your phone begins to ring.
There's one maybe a bit more towards Decatur that I'm more familiar with.
Your nice new flip phone
Yeah.
that does not react to you.
I try to just look at it.
It is a phone call coming through, but it's from a number you don't recognize. It's not blocked or anything. It just is a number you don't know.
Okay. Anton, I'm going to take a call real quick.
Sure.
I'll step back.
Yeah, there's one in Decatur.
And
I answer the phone.
you get, yeah, hello, it's Mooney.
Mooney, hi.
Hi, we have a problem, and I'd kind of like for it to remain off the Keeper of Elysium's radar. Like as a personal favor.
I
to
gotcha.
me. Yeah, thanks. Seems like one of my guys and some woman that is, well, clearly not human, that's for damn sure. They got into a scuffle at Elysium, and I don't need the Glasswalkers getting in with whatever she is. So can you just go there and make this kind of quiet? And you can call me after. I'll send you the location.
I can look into it, yeah.
Thanks. I'll send it to you. Bye.
Thanks, Mooney. I'll hang up.
And you get a text shortly after with a pin location
Okay.
of a Waffle House near Little Five.
I'll step back into the conversation.
I'm just still rattling off different locations of Waffle Houses. There's one near Piedmont possibly. We could always go a bit more up the loop.
Anton, can we check out... that was Mooney. And they want us to look into a nearby location.
Okay. Any particular reason?
Something to do with a scuffle between one of hers and someone else. Didn't want to elevate it to the degree that it would get Mel's attention.
Then your lesson will be even more hands-on, as you'll see how...
Oh, I still get to go?
I see no reason why not. You can see how things are negotiated in Elysium.
All right, cool.
As we are a very, very special case then, beyond what I have instructed.
Let's go.
Wonderful. You drive, I drive.
You don't want me to drive.
I will drive then.
Okay.
And I'll gesture with him towards, and we'll, like, going towards, like, the side exit, not
Okay.
towards the fucking carriages, to where I've parked my car.
To the staff entrance.
Yes.
All right. And so you do head out to your car. And what will be our seating arrangement in the car?
I'll just immediately go to get in the back.
Okay.
Right.
Cirrus isn't here, so I'll call shotgun.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll just get in, and yeah, it's a normal, like not very non-assuming car. It's like a Camry or a Nissan. And I didn't even pay attention to it when he got it at that
I don't
point.
think I've ever been in your car. I didn't know you had a car.
Yeah, it was parked around back at the end usually. I like public transportation,
That's why.
and I will take the address from
Yep.
Aaron and plug it in and head off in that direction.
Okay, and so I'm going to need a dexterity and drive roll
Yes,
from
the
you
Atlanta.
for Atlanta traffic.
That is one success.
Ooh,
Yep.
First roll of the season.
a few more metal plates than you anticipated, and Jackson is quite a bumpy ride.
I know I asked this last time, but you did learn how to drive, right?
Have you driven in the city before, Jackson?
Yes.
Do you manage?
I mean, not this city, but...
No. Yes. Have you driven in this city?
Not that I remember.
Oh, great. What? You have driver's license?
Yeah.
You will go for a drive one day, and you will experience the wonders that is Atlanta infrastructure and all of the wonderful ways that they have fixed the roads around the city.
Fixed. Yeah, okay.
You got
All right,
it.
Fair
You
enough.
got it.
You've seen Mad Max, right?
Great movie.
Just imagine it darker and even worse driving.
Consider it Mad Max Peachtree Road.
Fair enough.
And so, a bumpy ride on a rainy night, but you do arrive down to the Little Five area.
I'll put on music like halfway through just my playlist.
All right. And so, as you arrive to the Waffle House,
Well, your Elysiums are Waffle Houses? I know you said it, but I thought you were kidding.
What would be the point of teaching you if I'm kidding?
You've heard of sarcasm, right? It's a thing people...
Would you like to be tested on sarcasm? I can pull a pop quiz tomorrow if you'd like. All of the different methodologies.
Sure, go for it.
Wonderful.
It would be great.
No.
And so, arriving to the Waffle House, you see from the street as you're pulling in that one of the larger windows is shattered with the glass on the outside of the building. And inside, you can see no one else except sitting at the bar. There's a woman with dark hair, black goth clubbing clothes, and a tall, thin man in a black-on-black suit sitting with her, and a chef that clearly does not want to be there right now, as no Waffle House chefs do.
Pull up, park, take this in, and then just a full like 180 pivot to look at Jackson, just like literally just crouched in the seat. As a reminder, violence is taboo.
Right.
The disciplines are prohibited. As you can see, people inside have not abided by this. This is part of why we are called. Under usual circumstances, it would fall to our friend Melisande, the Keeper of Elysium, who would then exact justice or dole it out as proper to the sheriff, the scourge, however it may go, for it to be handled. Should you use your disciplines or violence that is not for your direct protection in Elysium, and this is not now, but in general, you may well suffer the exact same fate that we're about to walk into. If you do so now, I guarantee it.
Noted.
Great. Now, best behavior. Consider this field trip rules. I'll pop the door and get on out.
Okay. And Aaron, what are you doing?
I'm gonna step outside as well,
Okay.
right behind no funny business.
Okay. It is very dark at this Waffle House. Lots of trees around.
Can I take a... trying to remember my schooling on the grounds of a Waffle House. Doesn't matter. I'm going to turn around from the Waffle House and scan the perimeter with Oblivion Sight.
Okay.
Do I see anything?
Looking around, there is a figure, though non-corporeal, towards the back of the parking lot, but nothing else.
Question, just to clarify. Only inside counts?
The parking lot is tricky ground. But typically, the property is the territory.
Okay. Alright. I'm going to activate heightened senses
Okay.
and basically do the same thing Aaron just did.
I'm doing
Okay.
this. I'm doing the same, even though I told him not to do stuff.
All right. So nothing that you can see or hear with heightened senses. City is quite loud on a Saturday night in Little Five. Lots of drunk yelling. Other than that, not much. It's fairly quiet inside the Waffle House. You can kind of hear the woman talking pretty low to the man that she's with.
Okay. I'll kick Sense the Unseen back on as well and just leave that and heightened senses on passively.
You have Sense the Unseen up.
I do now, yes.
Please make me a Wits and Awareness roll.
Okay.
And I will deactivate heightened senses at that point.
Okay.
3 successes.
So where you saw a man in a suit at the bar, not quite. There's a much larger shadow, tattered cloth, bit of a hulking presence, much larger than the man you originally saw at the bar.
Something I recognize, or it's just I have to get closer to find out?
You would have to get closer to find out. At this point in the parking lot, there is just a larger, more black tattered fabric figure where the man in the suit was.
Okay.
And to clarify, that's the same figure I saw?
No.
Different figure.
What you saw would be a non-corporeal form. What Anton sees is something in place of the man in the suit.
I'll kick mine off to normal sight and start walking towards the Waffle House.
Okay.
I'll gesture for Jackson,
I will follow Aaron.
and then I'll follow behind.
Okay. So as you guys walk in, the door chimes, and the chef takes a look at you for a second, assesses your outfits, looks back at the woman, and just turns back to what she was doing. And the woman is still enthralled in her conversation
With the figure?
with what you see as a figure.
Right.
The other two of you see just a tall, thin man, bald head, black suit, black shirt, black tie.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Just look at this. Look at the busted window. Just kind of relatively loudly just go, "That's new?"
And she perks up for a second and turns around and realizes now that you have entered. She looks to all three of you and zeroes in on Anton. Goes, "Hello, darling. I'm led to believe that you are the keeper of these fine waffle houses. Yes, or you're an associate?
An associate.
Fantastic. Well, my name is Talia Graves. This is Ray. Don't mind him. I was just chatting up this guy. His name was Streetwise. And some shit happened. Apparently he's a werewolf. You have those here. He had a bit of a freak out, nothing terrible, but I'm more than certain that the people across the street saw a slightly too large wolf go through these windows.
I'll just look out the window across the street. I still have heightened senses up if I can see more clearly, like, what would be, like, in eye line of that.
The road.
Okay, so just there's not a place that I can go to address people. It's just some people on the road probably saw it.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
I figured it was best to get this cleaned up proper.
Very correct. I might not worry about the folks on the road. If police have not been called to the area just yet, then we may be fine.
I'm led to believe this is standard fare for a place like this.
We try for it not to be.
The chef thought differently.
Just kind of look over at the chef.
Chef turns back, looks at you,
Hmm.
and goes back to what she's doing.
We try for it not to be.
Well, proper society, you know.
And I'm going to go ahead and just like gesture for these two, and I'm going to take the seat, like a seat like nearby Talia, but like a seat in between us.
Okay.
So, you are Miss Talia Graves,
Yes.
and you are, to the figure.
He just leans around and goes. She goes, that's right, don't mind him. He's not really a conversationalist.
Strong silent type.
You could say so. He's my associate.
This is Aaron.
Hi.
Hello.
What were you talking about with the person who left? And did they leave in one piece?
Yes, he left in one piece. He left of his own accord.
Okay.
But he was quite upset. Star Wars. We were discussing Star Wars.
Hmm.
He has very strong opinions about Solo,
The person?
the movie.
There's a movie.
There's a movie.
Great.
Yeah.
Yes.
You didn't see it?
No.
My goodness, you look too young to be that out of touch.
This is Jackson as well.
Hello.
So, an argument erupted that caused a further eruption, resulting in that over the plot of Solo.
I told him it was a perfectly fine film. He said that I was a fool that didn't know the first thing about cinema. Funny, he called Star Wars cinema. It's a fun space romp. It's not that big of a fucking deal. And then he proceeded to change into a big old puppy and decided to show me just how big and bad he was. And I kicked him in the snout, and then he jumped out the window.
I see. So he made the first move,
Yes.
and you simply kicked a several feet tall Garu in the face.
I have quite strong legs, sir.
I bet.
Your accent,
Yes.
distinct. Where are you from?
Well, I'm from South London, but I've lived in LA an unfortunate amount of time. Decided to come out here for a fresh start and get in a fight with a dog my first day.
You seem rather nonplussed about the existence of the Garu and this whole situation.
Well, I was led to believe with terms like Elysium and you all being called in that I believe we are among friends. So to speak, at least.
So to speak.
I rather enjoy a matinee myself.
Hmm.
And during this conversation, you see her hand go to her hip, and she's just kind of idly fiddling with an old-style revolver on her hip, not getting it ready. It appears to be more of a nervous tick.
Lucky for you, we are in open carry state.
Yes, I was quite happy about that.
So,
So what do we do to make this go away, so to speak?
well, I believe that we would need to assess the full situation of what happened here, get the fullest details, and then perhaps we locate this missing Garu and see what he has to say.
Garu, that's what they're called.
It's the term,
I knew it.
it's the term they prefer.
I
one do you
prefer
prefer?
Fleabag Mongrel, but that's me.
And what about for you?
Isn't it obvious?
I am new. No.
Oh, bless your heart, you're a poor wee little baby. I would be a mage.
Really? Of what tradition, if I may ask?
I am of the Euthanatos.
Interesting. I've met one or two of you before.
Most unfortunate.
Very sporadic around here. Yes. There are.
Later.
Good.
Continue. Sorry. No, I have questions. It's okay.
We are an eclectic city.
Yeah.
So, what brings one of the Euthanatos to Atlanta?
Getting the fuck out of LA, that's for damn sure.
Personal reasons, then.
Yes, my brother and I wanted a fresh start.
Brother.
Hmm.
And your brother is, I assume,
Working.
Not this one,
Oh, God, no.
and not involved here.
No.
Mhm.
He's working. Ray is my associate.
Silent as the grave associate.
I appreciate the pun as much as anybody. Don't do it again.
As you wish. And I'm going to look over to the chef and just go, is it at all feasible to assume that there are cameras here?
The chef finally turns around and goes, Honey, only Miss Mel can access the cameras. If you're wanting to do this under her radar, then no cameras exist.
Fair point.
She turns back, intentionally ignoring all of you.
Unfortunately, that does complicate some things a bit, though.
I don't understand how you all do things out here. I was just led to believe that somebody had to be called for situations like this.
They did. Also, in situations such as this situation does not happen, typically. Because, and I will half turn to Jackson as part of a lesson, because the grounds of every Waffle House in this city, within the perimeter, the 285 loop, and even those a bit outside of it, were decreed neutral territory among all the different supernatural sorts
As I was informed, that's why I came here.
over a decade ago. Which means that everybody knows not to use their abilities aggressively in here. If that happens, there are many a varying type of person willing to check you for it.
Yes, well, apparently don't ask a young man about his opinion on Star Wars.
Oh, never do. It's the worst idea in the world.
My apologies, I thought he was cute.
Your second mistake. Excuse me, and I'm going to step up and I'm going to go over to the glass just to see, just to sort of confirm it. I'm going to do a Spirit's Touch on the broken glass to see if I can pick up streetwise from it and like if he was actually jumping or thrown.
Okay.
And I'll let them actually talk with Talia or amongst themselves
Okay.
while they do that.
Okay.
Talia, you just trying to make sure that if you were to go to other Waffle Houses, that you wouldn't get in similar fights.
I assure you, apparently, I will add Star Wars to the list of things you shouldn't discuss in polite company, such as taxes, politics.
Typically, people don't talk at Waffle Houses anyways. You go in, you get your own food, and you leave.
Oh, he chatted me up first. I just decided to oblige.
Gotcha. That southern charm, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah.
We'll call it that. Nicer than people in LA.
How long were you in LA?
Too long.
Jackson, what are your thoughts? Anton's not listening. This is
Why are we here?
Anton is listening, but they don't know that.
Why are we here?
So, the main point is to make sure that no damage was done, no secrets were leaked, and that no damage continues to be done. I'm finding that difficult to do if not all parties are present,
Yeah.
and we can't check everything without alerting everyone.
Yeah, and Talia,
Yes.
Bad with names sometimes. Sorry, dear. It seems pretty cooperative, so shouldn't we be looking for the other guy?
That's fair.
I was told I had to give you all the information I had.
Do you have a contact number in case we need to reach out with you?
Yes, of course. Phone.
Yeah.
Do you have a pen and paper? I'll ask for a waiter or waitress.
And Talia just gets up and walks over to the register, presses the button to eject some paper, rips it off, takes a pen, scribbles her number down.
Thank you.
You don't have to be so coy to get a lady's number.
Oh. Thank you. Just made my night.
And as she is talking to you all, let's see here. All right. If Aaron and Jackson, you could both roll me 5 dice.
Okay. Just pure dice? No hunger? Okay. 3.
3.
4.
4. Aaron, can you... Actually, Aaron and Jackson, both roll me composure and resolve, please.
Oh boy.
Including hunger?
Yes. And please subtract 3 black dice.
Okay. 3 successes.
2 successes.
Okay. So 3, 2... Let's see exactly what Talia's doing.
Dear.
Oh.
Oh dear.
4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 3 and 2.
Yep. One's a critical, but no critical combo.
Okay. So, Aaron, what are you? This is not from Talia, but these are questions. Talia is still fiddling with her gun, but she is watching the two of you. So please answer the following. What are you?
Gangrel.
Okay. Why are you at the Waffle House?
To fix a situation without it getting worse.
Okay. What is something recently that you've done that you wish no one knew?
I fed from Alejandro.
And are you here to hurt Talia?
No.
Okay. Jackson,
Yes.
what are you?
I am a kindred
Why are you here?
because it got me the fuck out of the school.
What is something you have done recently that you wish no one knew?
Stolen from the school.
Okay. That is all. And so Talia finally relaxes in her seat, removes her hand from her gun. And Anton?
I got 6 successes on the glass. So like at a margin of 3. Oh, sorry, no margin. Difficulty of 3. Then, I get like a batch of circumstances around the glass.
Yeah. So circumstances around the glass. It's definitely Streetwise.
Mm-hmm.
You're familiar with him. He did jump through the glass.
Mm-hmm.
Got a few cuts on his way out. There is some blood on some of the glass that probably should be removed.
Mm-hmm.
And general status of Streetwise was angry.
Okay. And so it appeared from what I could gather that he actually jumped through of his own accord.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he was mad and wanted to leave.
Okay. I'll stand back up. Kind of assess how much blood is on how much glass, if it's like something that could be scooped away or if it's more like this has to be swept up.
It probably should be swept up due to the nature of how glass shatters in buildings like this.
Fair. Yeah.
But there's enough that it looks like he got pretty decently cut on the way out.
I'll stand up and... Well, the story checks out. Cannot for the life of me figure why somebody like him would be so stupid, but here we are. I'll turn back to the others. Well,
Anything of note?
just a confirmation of what you told us.
Fantastic, I'm not a liar.
Never said you were.
Mm-hmm. Is that all you need from me? I would much rather be anywhere but a Waffle House. I've been here for 2 hours now.
I apologize for keeping you waiting. I would like to propose something. If you
Oh, darling, it's so sudden.
call me a spontaneous sort. I would very much like to take you with us.
Oh. See, I was going to go drinking.
What if we dropped you off for drinking afterwards, so that we wrap this situation up and make sure that there is not a Garu that might be looking for you afterwards?
Oh, if he's looking for me, he's welcome to try. I was just led to believe I can't shoot someone inside Elysium.
You can't, but there's no guarantee that he will not look for you in an Elysium, given the circumstances here, and I would very much like to tie this up, have everybody make nice, and be on with our night, so that you may go drinking and we may go back to drinking.
I was supposed to be blackout drunk by now.
If you'd like, I can arrange that afterwards. My treat.
No offense, I don't really trust your judgment on where the good booze is.
Because you do not know me yet.
No, because I don't trust what you all consider is good. No offense.
It's valid. You have not drank from somebody who has had top shelf before. It is a very particular flavor, and it has a very particular buzz. It's kind of like a...
I don't
like
really
fragrances.
like whiskey laced with blood, thanks. Anyway, what do I need to do to make you all kindly go away and let me leave this establishment?
Again, I'd very much like to allow for making of the peace. So, my suggestion would be to come with us,
Why?
so that we may bury the hatchet figuratively as opposed to literally later on down the line, between you and this Garu.
Well, I was led to believe that he should be dead. So I don't see what I need to bury if I don't care if he's dead.
There is always the chance that he may not be dead, and if he is not, we would like to prevent this from happening more in the future.
Oh no, darling. I mean, I was led to believe that that's his punishment for this, but that you all were called in for that to not be his punishment. So it sounds like keeping the leash on the dog is your job, not mine.
I'm not asking you to help us keep the leash on the dog. This is
I don't see why I have to talk to him again.
How long have you been in the city?
8 months now.
8 months. And you have not quite encountered the lot of us in these 8 months?
Oh, I've encountered a few. I just didn't like them.
Fair. Hopefully that is changing. But the longer that you're in the city, the more you're bound to run into. And in the case of Garu, they are territorial and pack-minded. If we have been called in to ensure that this one does not die, I would like to prevent additional incidents surrounding him, anybody else who may be stupid enough around him. The way that I see best to do this is to mediate. That's what I do.
If he starts spreading a false story that you started something, it won't be just him that would be coming after you. They hold grudges, so tonight might be the only night we can help resolve this.
That'd be cute to watch them try.
And we'd have to be here again and again and again.
And I have no doubt that you are very skilled at keeping yourself on the lucky side of things.
More than you know.
You'd be surprised.
Though I feel my good luck is run out if I have to go ride side saddle to a lot of you.
There's always a balance to it, isn't there?
I guess.
I guarantee you that you will be unharmed, and we will bring you wherever you wish afterwards.
Let me think about it one moment. I'm going to go to the ladies' room. Is that fine with all of you?
Absolutely.
And you see her get up and go to the ladies' room, and Ray, her associate, goes and stands outside the door of the ladies' room.
What do you two make of it?
Oh, I like her, but she's giving you shit, and that's cool.
That's why I like her too. But what do you make of the situation?
Like I told...
Iceman.
No, you said your name earlier, and I'm bad with that. Aaron!
There we go.
Yeah! Got it. Sorry. She's cooperating. I mean, what you're asking seems reasonable, and also, like, I don't quite get the point, so...
I've never encountered mages before.
They are as varied as we are. Many different kinds, many different schoolings, many different abilities. Her tradition. How is your Latin?
Thanatos, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Or Greek, rather.
death related, I guess.
Correct.
Okay.
Connected with decay, entropy.
Necromancy?
Not quite.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna like kind of give eyes towards Ray doing this. She is somebody that I would very much like to have on the positive side of things in the city.
Do you still have sentience, Nina?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so as you got closer, my apologies.
No worries.
Ray is very much a... You would almost think, as Anton is a fan of pop culture, he was a Dementor. Long tattered robes, dark, no face, not really any feet touching the ground, long, decaying, bony hands coming out from underneath the cape, but pleasant demeanor.
Interesting. Yes. I would very much like somebody who is a dealer in entropy, decay, and possibly death to be on the positive side of things in the city.
So wouldn't that mean it would be better to not antagonize her and piss her off?
No, it means that it would be better to make sure that there is no bad blood between her and others in the city.
Gotcha. Cool.
Any sense of where, is it streetwise, where they went?
Not yet. I can, but I may need you to drive if we do that.
Oh, I have to ask, though. That's a nickname, right?
Probably, honestly, no.
Okay. All right.
I'm just gonna post up on the bar and just look in the general direction of Ray and the bathroom and just wait.
Okay. And so after a while, you see Ray move to enter the gentleman's room.
Mm-hmm.
And you're waiting. And you're waiting.
No, the moment that he goes into the bathroom.
I was like, she laughed.
Yeah, the moment he goes into the bathroom, I go, no, and I step up, walk up, and I'm gonna try to open the men's room door.
You can open the men's room
then
door.
I'll open it.
There's nothing in there.
Son of a bitch. And I'll go open the women's door.
There's nothing in there.
Throw them both back shut.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps we do this without her input then.
And Aaron, you do remember that Mooney asked you to call her.
Yep. While we were waiting, I just ordered a special red tea.
Okay.
By the time that arrives, I'm calling Mooney.
Okay. And so Mooney picks up. Hey, so what'd you find out?
So there's a new mage in town.
Oh, fuck.
Is there something between mages and Garu?
No, they just scare the shit out of me.
I get the feeling. Do you have a sense of how to contact Streetwise? He's not here.
Oh, no, he's right here in front of me.
Oh. In one piece?
Yeah, need a few band-aids, but that's it. He came here whining like a little bitch. Anyway.
Seems like he got kicked by a small woman.
He said some freaky, magic-wielding goth chick beat the shit out of him in the middle of a Waffle House, and that's why I called you.
Well, looks like tonight we'll never know what really happened.
Why is that?
I get the sense we're not going to get to talk to our mage.
She wasn't there?
She was here, talked, and I'm looking over at Anton, furiously closing the doors. Gone.
You let Anton talk to her, didn't you?
Well, I tried, and I went fuzzy for a little bit, yeah.
That happens. Cool. What did she say happened?
She said that Streetwise got picky about some details of a movie.
Star Wars.
Thank you. Changed...
Wait, who's that?
Oh, it's a trainee.
Okay.
Yeah. It's alright, you'll forget his name. He forgets mine.
Okay.
The Streetwise changed
Oh.
and jumped through a window,
Oh.
and that was that.
Huh. All right. Well, let's leave Freaky Goth Chick out of this because that is not the story that I got. And I am inclined to believe her in this moment. So that's going to be fun. While I have you on the phone.
Oh boy.
So per our original agreement, we may have narrowed down a new Second Inquisition facility. Well, at least one of them. We've got a few leads that we're checking into, but as we're doing this, as you know, it's going to come with a high risk. So I need something from you, or your group.
Sure.
I've got a lead on a company that might be associated with Pentex.
I've heard the name before. Big Bad, I'm guessing?
There are Second Inquisition if you want to consider it that way.
Okay, great.
It's called Monaco Staffing Agency. It's an office over near Atlantic Station. I don't have much to go on, just similar setup to Pentex-related companies that we've seen before.
Jackson, you got a pen?
They're
Flipping
tracing. We trace some of the records of the company as far back as we can see. One of the original investors was a part of Pentex, but that's easily 5 shell companies up.
Great.
It was a pharmaceutical company or something. I know it's flimsy, but I figure given what all we're doing for you, this is a pretty fair get to ask of you.
You need them taken down?
Just info, I guess.
Gotcha.
Just find out whatever you can.
Okay. Tonight seems so far bloodless. Let's keep pushing.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go deal with my problem child. All right. Have fun. Call me if there's anything interesting. Don't call me if you get in trouble.
Always.
Awesome.
Thanks,
all right.
Mooney.
Click.
I just walked back up in the midst of all that, just standing in front of him while he's on the phone.
Yeah.
I'll just hold my hand out to Aaron.
Yeah. I turn over the phone number that now has all of the details on it.
Mm-hmm.
Hand it over.
And I'll flip it back over to the phone number and pick up my phone, and I'm gonna text the phone number.
Okay. What are you texting it?
I'm texting. Checked in and you're all clear. Sorry we couldn't say bye. With just an A at the end, and handing it back to him.
Okay. Aaron, the phone pings with a message
Okay.
from that number.
All right.
It's on my phone, not his.
Oh, okay, you
Yeah.
ping.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Anton, you ping.
Mm-hmm.
Picture text.
Mm-hmm.
It is Talia with a cocktail. That's it.
Just hold it up to them.
Hey.
Thanks.
All right.
Could I get that number?
Sure.
I wouldn't.
Do they let you have phones in the school?
They do, but
We'll see. You're still on a field trip.
probation.
She was
Yeah.
hot.
So that was
Mooney.
And we've got...
Monaco.
And now...
Investigation.
Yep.
I'll just tap my ear. Look at Aaron.
Every time.
I think I knew you had the number. Well, I suppose we can. I would certainly prefer to be doing this with the rest of the coterie if we're going to be secretly investigating things, but...
You get a second field trip.
I apologize, do you have... Yes, you can. I don't suppose you have the ability to disguise an entire group of us in shadow hidden in your docket of abilities?
No.
This will go wonderfully then. Okay. Okay.
Anton, what have you done about the bloody glass?
I was getting this worked out, and then just going to think on this a little bit, and then I'm going to walk towards like where the janitorial area would be in Waffle House and just grab a broom and dustpan and just start sweeping.
He just does everything himself, doesn't he?
Would you like to? I'm more than happy to relinquish.
That's good.
Actually, by
There we go then. I'll keep
seniority. No.
I'm just sweeping.
So this isn't normal.
I would say absolutely nothing we do is normal. It's never the same adventure twice. Which is good, because then it gets boring if it's the same job over and over again.
Good point. Fair enough. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Okay, so I've been hearing about this Gangrel compound. You're the first one I've actually had a fucking chance to talk to.
Oh.
So what's it like up there?
Quiet.
Cool.
It's separated from the city.
Mm-hmm.
There's enough of us that it's not lonely, but not too many that it's crowded.
Cool.
And you got plenty of space to move around. It's not as restrictive or, again, noisy as the city.
Yeah, that sounds nice. You maybe wouldn't guess it from looking at me, but I'm not particularly a group person.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
So I'm hoping I can get out of there relatively soon. And fuck, who did I talk to? What the fuck is her name? One of us.
Denise?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Briefly, very briefly. Basically, she was like, "When you're ready," and aside, she cool.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Tired. So tired. But yes.
Ooh.
There's a lot of us, and we keep her very busy. But yeah, that place is there for you whenever you're ready for it.
Cool. Yeah, I think I'd like to check it out. There's, from what I've been learning, our group doesn't really associate with everyone else quite as much.
It takes a little getting used to.
Yeah.
Everyone has their mannerisms, their tics, their smells. It just offsets you a little bit.
It's a little much.
It is.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
I'm going to step back outside and take another gander at the spectral image that I saw.
Okay. Are you going to approach it?
Yes.
Okay. It is a thin gentleman, kind of crouched down under a blanket, sort of hiding behind the building.
Hello?
And hearing your voice, he kind of like flicks his eyes over to you and tilts his head up. And as he leans back, you can see that he is skin and bones.
It's fine. I'm not going to hurt you. What are you doing?
And he just kind of looks confused for a minute, and he's looking around at the ground and at his hands, and he looks back up at you.
Do you need anything?
And he just shakes his head.
Okay.
While Anton is sweeping and Aaron steps outside, I'm going to step out as well.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of half follow Aaron, but he seems to be doing something, so I'm just going to take a minute to enjoy being outside. But I'm also going to activate Eyes of the Beast
Okay.
and actually take a good look around.
Okay. So there is nothing really to be seen in this area. It's just a Waffle House in Little Five.
Okay.
And then noticing that the Waffle House is actually finally empty of them, I'm going to pull my phone back out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm texting Dr. Mendez.
Okay.
Ask her if she has any information about Monaco. Georgia Tech figured maybe there might actually be some connection there. We can at least start with that.
You get a reply back of Monaco?
Pharmaceutical company in town, Atlantic Station. Just recounting like the bits that I was able to hear from the phone.
Okay, so you get a reply back that says, don't know of a pharmaceutical, but we send students to a staffing agency called Monaco.
Maybe I misheard. Can you have your hearing loss when you're... No. I'll just say, like, is it in Atlantic Station?
You get a reply back, yeah, the office is kind of nearby.
Any info that you might have, we may need to look into it.
And you get a reply back, placed a couple students with them recently. Great temp agency, fast service.
Student names?
You get a couple student names, none of them ring a bell.
Okay. Thanks. And then I'm going to text Talia's number again. I'm actually going to, like, sort of look, see if they're around. I'm going to shuck off my jacket and take a picture of the tattoos that I got back in the 90s and send them to her.
Okay.
And with the text, would love to talk sometime. Big fan.
Okay. And you get a picture back, very blurry,
Mm-hmm.
of a Talia with a new cocktail. And Ray standing over her shoulder just...
And I imagine he looks normal, because picture.
Yeah, he looks very normal and looks extremely off-put and out of place.
One final text. Have fun with the Grim Reaper. Hope you liked us. Hope you liked meeting me and my friends.
You get back a text,
Uh-huh.
but between autocorrect and copious amounts of alcohol, it's non-discernible.
Yeah. Shame. And I'll pocket it. Bring the broom and dustpan full of glass back to the janitor closet. Looking for like a garbage can. Look out to the chef like, let's throw this in here or...
The chef looks at you. He's like, "You're not leaving that here.
You have a bag I can take it in?
I got plenty of bags." And you just get a Waffle House to-go bag.
I will just very unceremoniously lift up the dustpan and dump it into
And she
Waffle
ties
bag.
it off and hands it back to you.
my old trade for the broom and dustpan. Thank you very much. And I will exit with my to-go bag full of glass.
Okay. Gentlemen, what are you doing?
I'm stepping away. I don't know how to help them.
Okay.
I'll step back to the car.
Yeah. While they're all doing that, I'm just gonna go sit on the hood of the car and start playing with the Zippo lighter that's in my pocket.
Okay. And so with that, I think that is a good time for us to take a break. We will be back in just a few minutes, so everybody take some water, stretch, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. All right, and so you all have finished your evening. You now have a new mission to go and check out another place. What are you doing?
I'm putting the bag of glass in my trunk. I'm closing it and just, do you have the location, the address for where you're going?
Yes, I do. I'll hand it over.
All right. I'll take it and I'll punch it into my phone and just go. I checked with one of my associates and they said it is a temp agency?
Oh, hang on.
Is that I thought I heard something else, but I may have misheard.
I don't believe that at all. Definitely some kind of shell, but Gauru's SI essentially.
I heard the name.
Okay.
Is this something that Anton would know from study, or is this like off the radar?
Pentex you would not be familiar
Okay.
with.
Yeah, I heard the name. It's it sounds intimidating, but that's about that. And she is wanting us to investigate.
Correct. Gathering intel so that they can hopefully act later.
We could use hacks.
Yeah.
You haven't gotten any better with your.
A little bit.
Tax is the
Nosferatu.
yeah. Why do you need her?
How skilled is your friend at making himself unseen?
Very.
Very. Can he make you unseen?
Yeah, but I.
Can you make you unseen?
We're still in the Waffle House parking lot.
Yes.
I can get really small.
Like shape change into a mouse? Kind of small?
Cat.
Okay. Any reason it's a cat?
Because I like cats.
Oh, he likes cats.
People who don't like dogs.
All right. Let's dissolve this before it gets worse.
Yeah. Tend to be overlooked. That's all I'm saying.
And it's true. It doesn't do much for the rest of us for being unseen, but it is.
I can take a look for you.
Certainly a possibility. You can possibly at least get in and open some doors. I'm not opposed. What do you think?
It'd be really nice to have someone tech savvy, but it's just info gathering. So we're not infiltrating, we're not spying, we're just laying the groundwork, seeing what is easily accessible. I'm fine.
I would say. This does not get back to the school. I would say go in, if you're able to, and before changing back, see if there are active cameras.
Yeah.
And if there are not, then let us in.
Yeah. No problem.
That would be the closest thing I could think. And I would not take more than a couple minutes in there. Otherwise, we'll not know what happened, and we'll end up coming in anyway.
Yeah, give me 5.
Let's go with 2. If there aren't cameras immediately when you get in there, it's safe to assume that there aren't going to be many further in.
Fair enough.
And I will go to the driver's side door and get in to take us to this location.
All right. Y'all jumping in?
In the car.
Yep.
All right. Anton, Dex and Drive.
At the usual. Still one success.
Those metal plates and some new construction, an 18-wheeler that maybe should have gone to bed instead of pulling a few extra miles. But you make it there in relatively one piece.
Mm-hmm.
And you do pull up to an office complex. Various buildings with a drive going through them, small parking lots in between. And you arrive at a small office building. The small drive that you came in on branches a bit further, but this one just kind of veers off to the right. There's about 6 different smaller office buildings back here, but this one contains the suite number that you were given. And there is lettering on the door that reads, Monaco Staffing Agency, world-class people for world-class companies.
I'll drive by, I'll notice staffing agency and just go, and just like sort of internally, like, I don't know how I heard pharmacy, but okay. And I'm gonna do like drive through and like kind of a U-turn just to see like if there are cameras on the outside, and if they're not, then I'll pull to a stop.
There are none in the parking lot or that you can see around the building.
Okay.
While he's doing that, in the car, I'm going to activate heightened senses.
Okay.
And I'm going to be looking for any animals, birds or
There-
rodents or wildlife of any kind.
There's some birds in the trees, bunch of squirrels.
Okay.
Alright, so there's no cameras, then I'll pull to a stop in front.
Give me a couple minutes first. I'll be right back. Not going far. I'll be within eyesight.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Cool. I'm going to hop out of the car
Okay.
and start walking over to where the squirrels are.
Okay.
And I'm going to use Feral Whispers.
All right.
And see if I can chat with a squirrel.
Okay. There's a couple squirrels. There is a particularly chunky one sitting on the ground with a handful of sunflower seeds. You can see that sunflower seeds seem to be regularly dropped in this spot. Probably someone from the office comes out to chuck a handful of sunflower seeds for
Okay.
birds and squirrels.
Okay. Just gonna. For success.
Okay. All right, and so you are able to communicate with the squirrel.
Hey. You ever go up on the roof of that building over there?
All the time.
Um,
Why? What you need? You need like really good acorns, because I can find good acorns. They're not here, but I can find some.
no. Anywhere, easy for you to get in, kind of like inside the building. Mess around.
Oh yeah, when it gets really cold, we go in through the vent on the top right.
Vent on the top right. Cool. You notice anything weird? Weird to you?
No. Why?
Just curious.
Okay.
Cool.
You got any
Thanks.
seeds?
Sorry.
All right.
I'll remember that next time.
And he scampers off.
And I'll turn and I'll walk towards the side of the building, and I'll just look around. No cameras. I will climb up onto the roof.
Okay. There is a fire escape ladder that you can take up there.
Do I need to make a roll for that?
No.
All right, I'll just climb up.
Okay.
And then once I'm up there, I will shape change.
Okay.
Shift down into a large-ish bobcat
Okay.
and look for a way to get in that the squirrel mentioned to me.
Okay. And what are the appropriate roles for shape change?
I don't believe I need to make one.
That is correct,
Just a
actually.
rouse check, I think, maybe.
Yeah, just a rouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So make me a rouse.
Which I fail.
Okay, so you are hungrier. So you two do see a large bobcat now walking on the roof. of this building where there was once Jackson.
What'd you make of him at the Waffle House?
He's interested in graduating.
Go figure.
Inquired about the Gangrel compound. Wants to check it out.
I imagine he would, being a gangrel.
Don't know why he likes cats, though.
Some people are cat people. Some people are dog people.
Wrong people.
Some people are birds.
Now, I'm not sure about that one. Or do mages shift into birds? Okay. Too much for one night.
I'm not sure what to make of it. I'm not sure how to gain the insight that we need.
Are you looking for, I don't know, a trigger, a frenzy, something to lash out?
Something that can clue me in that I'm correct. Anything. But for now, we will do it this way. Just keep eyes up.
Always.
And so, Jackson, you are on the roof. You do see the sort of taller, round air vents.
That's what I'll do to get inside then.
Okay, so in your bobcat form, as you are not a squirrel, you will need to pry this open.
All right.
So if you can give me strength.
Okay.
And we'll consider this brawl since you're trying to force it open.
Ooh. 8.
That bobcat strength, you managed to rip the top of it clean off.
Yeah.
And there is some warm air coming out of it, but you are able to get in if you wish.
Do I smell anything unusual?
As of right now, no.
Okay.
Hang on 1 second. Yeah, the moment I hear like the metal trying to kick off heightened senses before it hits me, just
And I will drop down into the air vent
Okay.
and pad my way across till I get to that office opening.
Okay.
And I will kick on Eyes of the Beast and just take a look around from inside the air vent quickly.
Okay. Seems clear. And from where you can see, there don't appear to be cameras, but you would need to drop down inside to be certain.
Then I will push that vent out and drop in.
All right. So you drop in, and you're in the middle of a hallway. There are 3 office doors to the side with painted walls. It's just a door, nameplates on them. To the left are approximately 7 glass offices that each contain a desk with a computer, and at the end is kind of a reception area. It seems you came in at the back of the hallway of the office.
Perfect. Then I will quickly make my way through, checking corners, checking the fixtures, anything that would hide a camera or be an obvious placement for a camera.
So as far as you can see, there is nothing. Getting closer to the front door, you see they have a Ring doorbell. And
Okay.
so likely they can only see people coming in. There is nothing else in here.
Okay. All right. I will shift back then.
Okay, in the office?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Leaving Eyes of the Beast on, I'm going to unlock the door and open it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to rip the Ring doorbell off the wall.
Okay. And so, given that you want to do this in a way that does not trigger the camera, let's consider that Dex and Stealth. As you don't need larceny to rip something off of the wall.
That's inherent.
5.
Okay. So you do manage to get your hand up under the edge and wrench it up
Mm-hmm.
and break the doorbell. And so you guys see that front door open, then just a hand come out, rip it off, and then doors open and there's Jackson.
I do believe that's our cue. I'll get out of the car and close it and advance in.
Okay.
And just to be sure, this is Jackson, not Bobcat Jackson anymore?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But as I walk in, I'll go, when you said cat, thinking smaller, harder to see cat.
And the size proportion, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big dog, big wolf.
Yeah.
No chihuahua.
Yeah.
Tried. Doesn't work.
But I bid you welcome.
Is he making fun of my accent? I can't tell.
No, not at
I
all.
know, I'm fucking with you, and I walk past him.
It's going to be on the test.
Good.
All right.
Can I take a look at the ring light? I know it's going to fritz as soon as I touch it. I just want to scramble it, make sure it's not going to activate while someone's holding it.
Yeah, it's pretty crushed, but as you hold it, you are able to short circuit it. You hear a few pops and buzzes.
Okay.
All clear inside. I just check the obvious places and where anywhere I would hide a camera.
Much
It's
obliged.
pretty empty, which actually seems a little weird to me.
Well, it is rather late at night at this point. Not terribly surprised.
No, I meant of security cameras. Like one other than your doorbell. I don't know who uses those anyway. It's weird.
Maybe they don't care about what's inside.
Maybe they don't expect people to be coming in. And I'm going in and turning heightened senses and sense the unseen back on again the moment that I walk through the door.
Okay. Please roll me wits and awareness.
4 successes.
Okay. Nothing. It's painfully quiet in here.
Okay. Like sterile kind of quiet.
Yeah. Like they're out for the weekend. Sterile quiet.
Right. All right.
Where do you think we should start?
I suppose records, computers. Probably not going to be taking them, though. At this point, well, maybe they'll just think that there's a vandal that smashed the ring doorbell. So maybe we don't take too much and put them on their toes.
And so as you guys come in, there is a reception desk. It's just a basic corner desk.
Gotcha.
It looks like there's a laptop that goes here. There's a dock for it, but there isn't a laptop actually here. Down the hallway, on the left side, you see the 3 offices that Jackson saw. Nameplates Rosano, Corbett, and Martel. And then on the right side, it's just glass offices. So it looks like maybe it was one long room and it was just divided with workstations, with old-style computers, small filing cabinets.
Gotcha.
Just seems to be like a general sort of typing test, fill out application kind of room.
So, what are we looking for?
This is potentially some kind of anti-Gauru outpost. Doesn't look like it, but who knows what we might find. So anything not related to... Actually, I'll take that back. This is a hiring company. Let's find out who they're hiring.
Very fair. Perhaps we examine the people who are worthy enough to have names here then.
Those 3 of us and 3 doors.
That there is. This one not so good with technology though. Perhaps you look through the papers in there should there be any. And
That sounds fine.
we can follow up with you afterwards.
All right, so which office are you going in first?
Rosano, who and Martel?
Rosano,
Rosano.
Corbett,
Corbett.
and Martel.
I'll take Corbett.
Take Martel.
I'll take the third.
Rosano. Okay, so we'll start with Rosano. So Aaron, you enter the first office. Door's unlocked. Seems to be a generic run-of-the-mill office. There's a lot of paper on the desk.
Gotcha.
There is a large filing cabinet, and next to it is a shorter filing cabinet.
Okay. I'm going to turn on Oblivion Sight just to see if I see in the dark a little bit clearer.
Okay.
Take a look if there's any keys to the filing cabinet.
So the larger filing cabinet has the set of keys in the top.
Nice.
At first glance, you don't see any for the shorter filing cabinet.
Okay. I will open up that larger filing cabinet and take a gander.
Okay. So in there, you see 2 of the drawers have interview questionnaires. There's a few folders that are blank. They just contain the blank interview questionnaires.
Gotcha.
And then there are multiple folders with names on them that contain the filled out answers from interviews. And then the bottom 2 are the typing test results with names on them, as well as a couple basic ones and an answer key.
Okay. I will put all of those on the desk for us to look at later.
Okay.
And
You're taking everything out of the filing cabinet?
Yes.
Okay. That's a lot of folders.
And I'm going to kind of jostle the lower filing cabinet to see if it's going to budge, if it's locked. What's the deal?
It is locked. It does budge. It's not bolted down or anything, and you can just hear lots of paper inside.
Okay. I will... I'll activate feral weapons
Okay.
and kind of claw out the lock to open it up.
Okay. So make the appropriate roll.
No hunger, so I'm good.
Okay. And so you're going to, against Anton's wishes to not cause much damage, rip open the filing cabinet.
Yes.
Okay. Before we get to that, as everyone is exploring their own offices, Anton, Corbett's office.
Yes.
You open it, similar setup that Aaron is also experiencing. Plain desk.
Big filing cabinet, little filing cabinet.
Yep. And this one also contains a window that just looks out to the parking lot.
Okay. Plain desk, like no computer on it, or...
It similar to the front desk. There's a laptop dock.
But they took the laptop with them.
Right.
All right. Anything of interest on the walls?
There is a degree from Georgia Tech and a few photos of this person with some corporate heads. Nobody really familiar. It would appear from, as you can see, that this person specializes specifically with working with the clients. So who they need to place employees with.
I'm gonna take a picture of the Georgia Tech degree and send it to Dr. Mendez at Georgia Tech.
Okay.
And then I'll look around the desk area. I'm gonna get to the filing cabinet, so I'm gonna just check the desk area to see if there's anything of note that I don't immediately see upon walking in.
Okay. And while you're looking around, you see his filing cabinet contains more client files, as well as employee records filed under certain clients, examples of, a company and then all the people that have been placed with that company in the file. And if you could make me an extra wits and awareness roll, please.
Okay. Five successes.
Okay. And given previous situations, make me a composure and resolve roll, please.
Oh dear. Okay. Three successes.
Okay. So, as you're looking around the room, there are a lot of photos of Corbett with various employers. And you happen to notice a photo from a company picnic with a very familiar face on it that surprises you more than anything. It is the CEO that you met at the Christmas party, or at the Halloween party. A tall, half Asian, half British man that didn't seem to take too kindly to you asking too many questions. But this appears to be a company party where likely this Monaco has been hired to place temps with that company.
I'm just looking at the pictures. One day. And I'm going to go back and now, I'll look through the filing cabinet and check the smaller filing cabinet to see if it's locked as well.
It is locked.
I am going to see if I can jimmy it open. Actually, just sort of pulling this off because it's flat enough at the bottom and see if I can.
You're trying to lock pick with a flat item?
Yeah, just because it's small enough to see if it can just fit in before I do something stupid.
Make me Dex and Larceny.
Okay. It's not a lot, but sure. 2 successes. Critical, though.
It does.
Four then.
It does not work.
Okay. I'm gonna.
And about now is when you hear.
And I rolled when I did it. I got 4 successes to again. I hear the noise. Well, fuck it then. I'll just go ahead and bite my finger for corrosive vitae and just tilt the small filing cabinet back and pour the blood into the lock.
Okay.
So
And.
Not hungrier.
Okay.
And just pour it in.
And so while that lock melts, as these are simultaneous events, Jackson, you enter Martel's office. He appears to be the CEO of the company, as his nameplate on his desk proudly displays. There is a door to an executive washroom in here. 2 smaller filing cabinets. The desk is a bit over fancy for this very humble office. Laptop dock, similar to the others. Overstuffed leather chair.
I'm going to flop down in the leather chair, start opening desk drawers, see if there's anything interesting in there.
Okay, let's make that. What's an investigation?
Cool. 1 success.
1 is all you need for the basics. You do happen to find a bit of a journal. Not quite a date book, but a records book. And there are numerous employee names with test ratings beside them. And a persistent name in the liner notes on quite a number of them that say process for Brooks.
Set that on top of the desk to give it them, because meh. And keep going through the desk. Once I'm done with the desk, move to the filing cabinets.
Okay. This filing cabinet, the tall one is not locked. The 2 smaller ones are locked. The taller one contains employee files and the names you start to recognize as ones that were in the records book.
Anyone who was in the records book with that notation, I will pull the file out and toss it on the desk.
So you start to do that, and it's the first file,
And then
and the second file, and the third, and the fourth. Every file in this filing cabinet are ones that were noted to process for Brooks.
I will put the whatever one was in my hand back. I will shut the door. And I will just move to the smaller ones.
And the smaller ones are indeed locked.
Did I happen to see a set of keys in the desk?
No.
I am going to use feral weapons to grow a nice, long, thin claw.
Okay.
And I'm going to pick the lock with that claw.
Okay. Give me the rouse check.
I pass.
Good.
So I do not grow hungrier again. And I will... Seven.
7. Wonderful. So as you are picking this lock, the lock happens to release right as you hear a loud noise from a couple offices down. And if you could please make me wits and awareness.
One success.
Thankfully, one was what you needed. So as that sound happens, you hear what sounds like multiple vibrations at once, but with low chittering, screeching. The sounds are a little hard to make out, and they appear to be coming from the executive washroom. It appears like whatever that sound was may have triggered something.
I will activate heightened senses at this point.
And so now the sounds are a little more evident. Almost like wailing lizards, maybe bees, maybe possums, maybe raccoons. It's a horrendous cacophony of animal noises that seem to be disturbed.
I'm going to walk back into the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to walk over to the office next to the one I'm in.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Mm.
Come here.
I'll stand up and I'm gonna pull the drawer open as I go back, just to have it open.
Okay.
Anything like immediately interesting, or just papers again?
Papers and folders.
And I'll-
Same Aaron as you have
Yeah.
knocked it open.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And I'll follow him.
And I will just walk back into the CEO's office, and I'll do this, and I'll point at the door to the washroom.
I imagine I can hear it a bit,
Mm-hmm.
so I'll just check on heightened senses again
Mm-hmm.
to hear whatever it is he's hearing.
Horrendous cacophony of animal noises. They don't make sense either. Like, they're kind of close to animal noises that you know, but not quite.
I'm not familiar with what this is.
Yeah, I know animals, and that's wrong. That's
I'm hesitant to open this door.
That's why I got you. Teach.
Perhaps I can do something that I cannot teach you. I'm gonna dig into my pouch, my side pouch, until I find a piece of a mirror,
Okay.
which is like one of the few I have.
Mm-hmm.
I'll step up to the door. Just like hold it, mutter, 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 and then I'm going to squeeze it until it cracks and try incorporeal passage.
Okay. So you're aiming to go non-corporeal through the door.
Well, first I go not incorporeal, and then if I succeed, then I'll be
Yes.
sticking my head through the door.
Okay. Making sure of your goal.
Yep. Do not get hungrier. 7. Yeah, critical. Yeah.
Okay.
So
And in this form, can you be seen?
I can be seen. So to you, it looks like I just squeezed my hand and a little mirror cracked, and then nothing happened. And then I lean forward and I stick my head straight through the solid door.
And so when you stick your head through the door,
Mm-hmm.
there's a stairwell going down into pitch darkness. Not an executive washroom at all.
I'm gonna try heightened senses. Like, I already have
You
them up,
have it
actually.
up?
Yeah. So then I'm gonna try.
The sound is not much different
Okay.
from directly outside the door.
I'll sort of lean back.
So
Well, actually, I need to check a mechanic really quick because I haven't gotten to use this one yet. Yeah, no, I can be seen. So I'll just straight back out over to you. The bathroom is a stairwell.
oh, fun. You didn't see what was making the noise?
I did not go down the stairwell, no.
Ah, is it dark?
Extremely.
Aaron's eyes are still glowing red from Eyes of the Beast. Or Jackson's.
Jackson. Yeah.
And Aaron, as you
Frustrated.
frustrated
Yeah.
are digging through your filing cabinet, the typing tests that all score above a certain score have gone into here.
Gotcha.
And the ones with the highest scores you start noticing are all marked with a red pen for Brooks.
Okay. You said there was an answer sheet. Can I take that?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can take it.
I'll
It's
crumple
pretty
it up.
much a printout of what all is on the typing test.
Okay.
Things such as you have to see a paragraph and then type it from memory, or you have to type a thing as it's being dictated out. It's something to compare the answers to.
Okay. I'll take that, fold it, crumple it, and I'll take one or two of the highest folders that I find, just as examples to compare against.
Okay.
And I'll rejoin everyone else back in the hall.
And so
we're
as
in,
you
we're
go
in, we're in the CEO's
as you
office.
go
Oh,
out into
yeah.
the hall, you can see that the door to the CEO's office is open.
Gotcha. I'll make my way there.
Do you want me to take a look?
You can try to open the door.
Is the door locked?
No, it is not.
I open it.
And it just goes right through me.
Ah.
Oh, hello, Aaron.
Didn't know you could do that.
I hold on to it for a special occasion.
And so door opens.
And I will peer down the dark stairwell with Eyes of the Beast active.
Stairwell goes down to a concrete sub-basement.
I'm going to start walking down quietly.
Let's make that. We'll call this Dex and Stealth, since you are wearing boots and this is a stone floor. And whatever sound Aaron made clearly agitated something.
6.
6, okay. You are able to creep slowly and quietly down this long staircase. What are you other two doing?
The moment he starts going, just kind of look at Aaron and just...
Can you float now?
That did something different.
Oh, great.
And I will just... I'll follow behind in my incorporeal form.
Okay.
I'll activate Silence of Death to muffle any movements,
Okay.
and start walking down as well.
Okay. And so as you guys get into this basement, it is just a concrete sub-basement. There are a few metal doors that just seem to be sort of large refrigerator type doors, like the industrial size kitchen fridge doors, similar to what you would see in a restaurant. And then there is a door at the end of the room. And who had heightened senses up?
Both of us.
You hear a toilet flush.
Back up. And I'm going to, is there any coverage in here or no?
No.
All right, then I'll back up, and I'm actually going to, since it's pretty fucking dark, I'm gonna like step most of the way into the wall behind me and just sink in, because I'm still incorporeal, and just let my like pretty much let this much be out, like so long as it's out of the light,
Okay.
just so I can take a look.
Okay.
And if I need to, I'll back all the way up.
Can I tell where the toilet flush came from?
Yeah, it came from the door, not the fridge doors.
If I step mostly back into the stairwell, will I be hidden from that door?
Correct.
And I can peek around the corner? I will do that.
Okay.
And I will activate Shadowcast
Okay.
on myself to add a little bit extra stealth to it, just
Okay.
blending into the dark.
Okay. And the door opens, and a gentleman walks out. Tall, thin, pale blonde hair, sort of trimmed neatly but slicked back. Big, thick tortoiseshell glasses with a finely tailored suit of dark brown and blue plaid.
Anybody from the pictures that I saw?
No.
Okay.
And he comes out. He's drying off his hands. And he's walking towards the staircase.
I'm gonna very, like, hushed, because I know that at least Jackson can hear me, just go, move, and back up into the wall entirely.
I will turn and start making my way back up the staircase. And if Aaron is behind me, usher him that way as well.
Okay. Please make me Dex and Stealth. And we'll consider this a contested roll to see if he is walking faster than you are sneaking.
Gotcha. Uh, 4 successes.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yes, Jackson?
6 with a messy crit.
As you're rushing up the stairs, doing pretty good, you miss a stair. And thankfully catch yourself, but you catch yourself with a very loud slam of your boot onto the stair. Just in time for the man to peer around the stairs and say, "Who the fuck are you?" And that is where we are going to leave off for this week. Thank you guys again so much for joining us. It has been a long time since we have seen you all. It feels like ages, and we are so glad to be back, and we are so glad to be telling the story with you again. We will see you guys next week. You can also catch myself and Jackson this Saturday on Gehenna Gaming for The Gods Can't Save You, a Vikings V5 one-shot. And then on Sunday on Iron City by Night over at Carrying Comfort Studios. And then we'll be back here on Tuesday with a few more familiar faces back in studio with us. So we can't wait to see you all again. Take care of yourselves and each other. Good night.